Greetings, Bassketeers, Josh Fossgreen here to help you multiply your riffs so you will not be stuck when you're soloing and playing the same things over and over again and face palming, and so that you can stop being afraid of improvising in the first place and just go for it and have some strategies with which you can feel confident. That's what riff multiplication is all about. So download the PDF in the description. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you should have started doing that already, because you know that I'm going to tell you to do it. Okay, I don't know why I've gotten so saucy all of a sudden. So what we're doing here today is we're taking this lick that we've been playing with for the last few lessons, and we're going to look at new ways to tweak it and multiply it into more riffs and concepts. So what we're doing today is a little bit more subtle than what we've done in the last few lessons, which primarily what we're going to talk about is changing the shape that we use to play the same thing. So rather than, let's go down an octave for this. So rather than playing it like this, where we go D, C, B on the same string, then G on the next string, then D, C, B on the next string down, then back up to G on the middle string of the three we used, we're going to play with different positions on the neck to put those same notes, and that's going to have a couple results. Result number one is we're going to get different timbre, okay, which is a word that I use to mean the different tone you get from each string. Because if you listen to the difference here between my open G and the 5th fret on the D string, and the 10th fret on the A string, and the 15th fret on the E string, do this on your bass. Open G string, 5th fret D string, 10th fret A string, 15th fret E string. Those are all the same G and the same octave, but you can hear how the sound kind of closes down and gets warmer and fatter and a little bit deader as you go to the thicker strings. So thicker strings have a different tone than thinner strings. Because of that, the way you phrase your fingering choices actually makes a difference in how things sound. If you actually close your eyes right now. I know it's weird for a YouTube video to tell you to close your eyes, but close your eyes. Here's how we've been playing the lick. Ooh, let me play that a little bit better. Okay, now I'm going to play the same notes. I'm going to play them again. How about one more way? Okay. You can open your eyes again. So I just played the same notes every time, but they sounded a little bit different each time, right? Because I was changing which string I put which notes on. So this is something that I really want you to start playing with, and we're going to start by doing it with this lick. So first of all, make sure you're comfortable with the basic version, which is at the beginning of the PDF. We're going to do it in the lower octave here, though. So all on the G string, D, C, B, then on the D string, G, then on the A string, D, C, B, then back up to G on the D string. If you're having trouble following along with those instructions, you need to learn the note names on your neck. I'm not always going to give you fret numbers, you naughty person. Okay, so if we look at our first possible shape change here, I'm going to do it like this. Just watch my hands for a second. Looks really different than this, right? So here's what I'm doing. I'm doing D on, and this is all written out, but I'll say it verbally too. I'm doing D on the G string, and then I'm going C and B on the D string. Then I'm going to go down and grab G on that same string, get D on the A string, then go all the way over to the E string for the low C and B, and then come back up to G on the D string. So you can watch my hand for fingering here. I'm going index, pinky, ring, index, index, okay? Finger roll, index, index, pinky, ring, index. Or I guess I slide with the pinky there too. You do this whole thing with 2 fingers. Like so many things on the bass you can do with your rock fingers. Okay, so you can hear the sound's a little different if you play back and forth the original fingering with the new fingering. And this is something I notice a lot of students missing, in particular, pertinent to this YouTube channel. A while back I played Cult of Personality. I did a cover and then a tutorial video, which is just such a fun bass line. Anyway, a lot of people said, oh, it's easier if you just play that D open. So instead of playing, you play it like this. And I said, no, 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 wrong timbre. You need to play it the way that they played it on the recording, and you can watch videos and see that this is what they're doing with their hands. But you can actually hear, when you transcribe stuff, the timbre of the notes, and that tells you where the bass player played it, not just what notes they played. So this is a really good skill to develop. It hones your ear to hear how someone's actually playing something, not just what notes and rhythm they're doing. The other reason this is worth doing is because it can open you up to exciting new articulation options. So if we do yet another different fingering, I'll go like this. I'll keep it like the original, but I'm going to move this B over to the E string. So to get from here to here, unless I do a crazy stretch, which I don't feel like doing right now, then I need to slide into it, which means that now I have a slide in the line that wasn't there before, which is cool. I might want to use that musically. I might not always, but it's about getting some options here. I could even move this B over to the D string. That's a little bit goofy. I don't know if I like that. But the point is that just by moving around the notes, I'm not changing the notes or the rhythm, just changing where I put them on the bass, I'm getting some different sounds out of the lick. Let me just demonstrate what we've done so far a little bit with our play along track. So here's the original version of the lick. Here's the first tweak we did to the fingering, which you may or may not have enough frets for in the high octave. Okay, I don't particularly like that one. It's just worth trying. But then here's the one with the scoop. I really like that scoop. Yeah, fun. So it gave me new articulation to play with. The last thing I want to tell you in this lesson that's relevant to these fingering shape changes is to practice your riffs in all 12 keys. You naughty, naughty student. So many of you don't do this, and I don't even do it all the time because I'm naughty too. But there's a few reasons you want to practice your stuff in all 12 keys. First of all, you never know when a singer's going to want to change the key of something. Secondly of all, even though we know mentally that the fretboard is symmetrical, so if I know how to play something in G, I should be able to play it in A flat, because it's just the same finger wiggles in the same pattern in a slightly different place. However, that doesn't always work out because you're in a different relationship to your dotted frets, which means you're in a different visual landscape. You've got different muscle memory going on. So you really want to make sure you can play stuff in all 12 keys, particularly because if you're running up against an open string somewhere or running out of frets somewhere, you might need to change a fingering shape in order to play a riff in that different key. So that's why it's linked to the fingering shape thing. And also just having things in different registers of the bass is going to inspire different ideas too. So I really recommend the whole practicing in 12 keys thing. And also I think there's a scout badge for that. So if you're trying to get all your scout badges, you can practice in all 12 keys. That's a very silly thing to say. I don't know anything about Boy Scout badges. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I'll be back at you with some more ways to multiply your riffs next time.
Ha 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 ha, the power of bass compels you. Subscribe to this channel for more bass lessons, or click on the video preview to watch another one right now. Ha 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 ha.